The movie begins sometime on a futuristic Earth, where a Chinese spacecraft recovered a strange energy source, codenamed Shantang, which replaced traditional energy sources like coal and oil. This venture came at a cost, as alien beings, first discovered in Rio de Janeiro, have begun to invade the planet to acquire Shantang. Their surprise attacks ravaged many cities, forcing world governments to join forces to defend Earth and Shantang from the invaders. Soon after, the United Nations Defense Commission was established in an emergency meeting in Shanghai to pool all resources to build a massive defense system. 5 years later, in 2042, Commander Lin Lan, under the supervision of Commander-in-Chief Xiao Yiyun, trains a team of junior pilots to improve their skills in a remote drone flight simulation, hoping they can handle real-world situations before they get deployed for the Aerial Defense Force, Grey Eagle Squad. Among the young recruits they spot with exceptional potential is Zhang Yang, a spirited young man who has constantly pushed himself to perfect his skills. His colleagues Zheng Yu and Lu Yiyi are more than capable of handling combat aircraft based on their performance. Zhang Yang recalls that as cities like New Delhi fell, Shanghai became the last standing fortress, as they built the Shanghai cannon to defend themselves from the aliens. He also reveals his infatuation for Commander Lin, preparing to surprise her for her birthday with a flower gift in the elevator inside SHIELD Command Center. Unfortunately, he fails to speak up as she leaves and is surprised by an equally infatuated Commander Yang Jianan. Later at night, he nervously texts her to inquire about his performance during the training session, receiving a positive comment from Commander Lin before bed. The following day, as Commander Lan receives the grim news of New Delhi's decimation and the disappearance of 3,600 UNDC soldiers during a briefing, Chief Yiyun is summoned for a Code Red meeting to address the Delta mothership's arrival, which has caused wide-scale electrical interference in the city. Almost immediately, all personnel in the SHIELD Defense Force are enabled to prepare for an incoming attack, with all the drones and land units deployed. While this happens, the alien mothership blasts down on Shanghai with a gigantic laser and sends its annihilator troops to bypass the SHIELD barrier and attack. Massive panic ensues as UNDC drones attempt to eliminate most alien invaders scattered across town. At the same time, Yang saves a child lost amid the ongoing battle against a hostile predator unit. Luckily, Commander Lin sends more artillery tanks to subdue the alien creature. Their successful initiative forces the rest of the aliens to temporarily retreat to the mothership. Later, Yang informs the board he can eliminate the mothership by shooting its weak point with the cannon. Still, Chief Yiyun hesitates, worrying about the people's safety. Later, the chief takes Lin to one of their military facilities sublevels to see Shantang replicating on a massive scale underneath the depths of Shanghai. He explains that the alien energy has fluctuated lately due to excessive consumption to power up the cannon and the shield. Before it inevitably depletes, he believes that the alternative AV-28 plan will be enough to replace the shield and protect them. Elsewhere, Zhang and his colleagues, including Pan Hantian, talk about their respective career pursuits, hoping to make them come true once their mission to quell the alien invasion is complete. Suddenly, the team rushes back to headquarters after receiving an alert that the mothership is bent on eradicating the entire city to remove the Shantang. Lin then orders her troops to defend the Nanpu Bridge zone during its repair. At the same time, drones fly to where the giant gaping hole on the shield was left during the previous encounter. Somehow, Pan and the team deduce that the aliens circling by the shield's crack are only waiting for them to consume all the energy to deplete the shield so they can pass through. Suddenly, the mothership shoots down their facility, causing major damage and thrashing the personnel in the command center. The chief then orders the men, including the Grey Eagle Squad, to attack the aliens who have begun surrounding their perimeter. However, their efforts remain futile, as the predators jump off the broken pillars much quicker than them. The squad returns to the control room as the Shanghai cannon prepares for launch. They are then ordered to repair the crack, with Zhang operating the drones in low-flying mode to expel the predators at the base. With only seconds left before the aliens initiate their counterattack, the cannon fires straight through the mothership, causing a huge explosion in the sky. When it clears, everyone rejoices as they see the mothership destroyed. The shield returns to normal operation despite the massive consumption of energy. The squad retires later at night to rest and contemplate their victory, with Zhang happily fantasizing about him and Lin on a motorbike. Upon awakening, he and the team are thrilled to see they have been promoted to commanders at UNDC and receive their new uniforms. They then go to a hip Shanghai nightclub to celebrate their achievements by drinking and partying with their colleagues. Zhang, feeling downcast, stays on the balcony, where Lu tries to convince him to confess his attraction to Lin and give her the glass flower gift. He admits he is holding back due to his fear of being rejected. Still, Lu urges him to make his move like time is running out. The next day, the gang watches live as Commander Yang is promoted by the UNDC to Brigadier General for his efforts in eradicating the mothership. Later, Jiang encounters Lin at the Kiki Noodle shop, where she expresses her sentiments about the alien war while eating. He then gives her the gift, which she accepts gratefully before leaving. He immediately texts her to meet for another rendezvous, which Lin agrees to. Jiang's friends insist on wearing a jacket and military uniform ensemble to prepare him for the date, hoping it will impress Lin. However, Jiang's assumption about the meetup is wrong, as Lin agrees to be with him. At the same time, she instructs him to inspect one of the generators. Still, he happily tinkers with the tools to satisfy her need to keep the facility in check. While waiting to retest the module areas of the generator, Jiang chats with Lin, finding out more about her connection with Commander Yang and her upbringing as a soldier. Despite Lin's heartfelt confessions, Jiang remains quiet, feeling too cowardly to reveal his true feelings. The next day, Chief Yiyun and Commander Yang are summoned to the council to address a recent problem with cracks and tremors at the Shanghai World Expo. The chief believes the Shanghai cannon's launch exacerbated the energy's fluctuation and caused it to become unstable, which will likely damage the shield's energy supply. Yang angrily denies this based on the reports collected from the safety tests conducted. Suddenly, they receive reports of multiple cracks forming on the shield, prompting UNDC and the Grey Eagle squad to perform rush repairs before alien annihilators enter the breaches. Within seconds, the repairs are complete, averting another crisis. However, as the team takes a break, a vicious predator crashes into the room and hurls a few personnel as it tries to infiltrate the control room. Pan tries to blind it with a fire extinguisher but gets seriously injured by its claws. The predator thrashes him onto the control unit as it links to a module to purge the system. Though Jiang, Lu, and Zeng subdue the alien, it manages to terminate the shield. Realizing he is dying, Pan sacrifices himself by flipping the self-destruct switch to reset the functions, much to Lu's despair, as she and the others evacuate the room. He dies as the command center gets decimated while a standby server restarts the shielding process. Later in the evening, Chief Yiyun honors Pan's bravery, dedication and other soldiers who died during the surprise attack. He gives Lu Pan's dog tag, remarking how proud he is of her fallen comrade. Not long after the team returns home, Jiang gives her the keys to Pan's motorcycle, believing he wants her to have it. They, including a forlorn Lin, grieve for their losses. The next day, Chief Yiyun unveils to the council a new battle plan to disable the shield and transfer all the energy to the Shanghai cannon. At the UNDC air base, he orders the Grey Squad to defend Shantang with the AV-28 planes and the drones once the shield disappears. A while after Shanghai residents evacuate the city, Chief Yiyun briefs Yang on the battle plan. Afterward, he orders Lin to stay and guard the abyss from invading predators. Later, he informs the Grey Eagle squad to leave their belongings inside the titanium alloy boxes for future preservation before embarking on their dangerous mission. Zeng leaves a note for his mother and father, Lu stores the motorcycle's key, and Jiang gives up his satellite phone after typing, "I love you," to Lin, which fails to get delivered. Without hesitation, the team suits up and takes off in the AV-28 aircraft as they vow to protect their fortress. Simultaneously, Yang prepares the cannon while Lin enables security protocols in the abyss. Not long after, Chief Yiyun orders the energy transfer to the cannon as the Grey Eagle squad fights off alien annihilators entering the shield's breach. However, most alien orbs crash on the Shantang base, prompting them to circle back and provide aerial support to their land troops, taking a defensive approach. Zeng protects the cannon as it positions itself during the recharge cycle. Lu, however, gets invaded by a predator attached to the wing of the AV-28. Jiang then crashes into the alien to kill it, sustaining critical damage to his plane. With the auto repair failing, he launches through an ejection capsule and lands sharply onto the base's warehouse. He then grabs a weapon and opens fire at the ravenous predators, with some help from Lu, who has decided to stay on the ground. Believing Jiang is the most capable of multitasking while providing air support, she relinquishes her plane to him. Jiang salutes her, honoring his friend's bravery. Not long after more predators swarm the entrance to the elevator, Lu courageously sacrifices herself by detonating a bomb while saying Pan's name. Afterward, the Shanghai cannon is fired, sending a blast of energy toward the mothership while decimating the area with a massive shockwave. Unfortunately, the attack fails, forcing Lin to follow the chief's instructions to release the Shantang energy to make the entire city sink, much to Jiang's worry. Meanwhile, more predators land in the cannon's base and infiltrate the control room, disabling the guidance system. Jiang then hears Lin saying goodbye as she gets sucked into the depths with the depleted energy crystals. Though devastated to lose the love of his life, Jiang stays focused on the mission, ordering Yang to lock into his position using the infrared guidance device. Zeng then volunteers to be the bait, crashing into the annihilators as the drones self-destruct and destroy the area, killing him. Knowing he is the last hope for their survival, Zhang flies toward the mothership's weapon and lets Yang fire directly at his plane, causing the alien craft to explode. 5 years later, Shanghai continues to be rebuilt in its former state with the help of the UNDC. Zhang, now Commander-in-Chief, commemorates the Battle of Shanghai with a new batch of soldiers. Later, he returns to his old boarding house, reminiscing about his fallen colleagues. He then stops by the noodle shop to eat when he sees an old poster of Commander Lin, flashing him back to a memory of her. Afterward, his subordinate recovers the titanium alloy lockbox housing his old satellite phone. To his surprise, his message gets sent and received by Lin. Realizing she had feelings for him all along, he tearfully types back, "Sleep well, good night." The movie ends years before enlistment, where an enamored Zhang had asked Lin which zone she was serving at, writing Shanghai Fortress in his application as she happily walked away. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this to help the channel out. Have a nice day.